Hello, everyone. My name is Kaz, and you probably remember me from this, or this. And if you're wondering, today is February 15th, 2026, and it has officially been 10 years to the day, well, not quite to the day, it was yesterday, that I had released my first Roblox game, WWE 2K16. I'm old. And in order to celebrate the 10-year anniversary, I've decided to do a Q&A. I had announced this at the middle of December. I let people ask some questions, got some answers for it, and I'm going to put together a video discussing the things that I've asked. So, first of all, from Zach, question: why did you think ruining Hall & Oates Forever was okay? Look, I didn't know that was going to be the only song. I thought it was going to have a rotation of songs. How was I supposed to know that people would get sick and tired of Hall & Oates? It's a good song. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, so we got 3 questions here from Pete. First question: what got you into wrestling? 2, what got you into Roblox? And 3, what got you into developing? That's a few questions, so let's answer those. So the first one: I got into wrestling through the video games. The first 2 wrestling games that I ever played were SmackDown Shut Your Mouth and Def Jam Vendetta. In 2011, I didn't have a computer, so I would go to my local library and I would play games on those computers. And when I would go to Flash websites like Newgrounds, I would see advertisements for Roblox. I made my first account, and the rest was history. As for that third question of how I got into developing games, around 2015, pro wrestling feds were in really bad shape. A lot of feds didn't have arenas with filtering enabled, which was a feature that sort of became the standard for how Roblox would handle client-server connection. And it meant that anybody with a script injector could just exploit and destroy arenas. I got into scripting in order to help people set up their arenas to be filtering enabled. As for where that would end up going, around 2016, I had developed an arena for a pro wrestler named Passmaster. Some of you may remember him as one of the OGs, the old members of pro wrestling. He was going to bring back one of his promotions, so I decided to make, as a proof of concept, an arena that would have automated matches. So you would schedule a match, you would select people to have in the match, they would come out, they would have their own entrances, the match would be decided. This version of the game originally had countouts. So if you stepped out of the ring area, the referee would start counting to the count of 10, and you would be disqualified. I then decided to take this concept and move it into an actual game, which follows up into a question that somebody had asked, which was, did I know that this game was going to blow up, or at least get a few players every day? When I released the game originally, the way that I had marketed it is I had sent it to a bunch of pro wrestlers over Ask.fm, and I had specifically made an alternate account originally called Pro Wrestling 2K Games, because I only wanted people to realize it was me when they went to the credits and saw my name in there. People really picked on rather quickly that it was me, and immediately the game sort of blew up from there, because you would have pro wrestlers playing the game. You would have their friends started playing the game. We started having streamers playing the game. New Legacy Inc. played our game on stream. Chris Denker played the game on our stream, which is insane to think of. And I am forever grateful that I learned the skills that I did to make these games, because it was something that interested me. Alright, next question we have is, there's been a couple of these questions. Can you make a tutorial on the basics of how to create an automated wrestling game? I suck at teaching. I am not good at teaching people how to do things. As much as I would love to, it is really just making a minigame place. If you ever look up how to create a minigame with live systems, it's just that, but instead you give them a wrestling clean tool as their weapon. Another question from Festive. As somebody who's played 2K17, even the short-lived matchmaking update, its sequel 2K18 and all of the automated wrestling games since, If you were to remake 2K17 today, which modern automated wrestling features would you include? If I was going to come back, I would want to make an animated wrestling game. You've probably seen some clips on Twitter of projects that I've worked on in sort of the interim. Things like an animated wrestling game in the style of WA No Mercy, fighting games like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. I would not want to just make a glorified sword fighting tournament. I think that Roblox is a platform that can do so much more than that. And I think that it would be a great opportunity to work on that some more. Would I be working on that with R2 Interactive? Somebody asked that question. Will I ever return to R2? This is a question from Chaos Creator. And who's better, the Yankees or the Mets? It's all about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. But no, I'm a Red Sox fan through and through. For that first question, I would need enough money from R2 to be able to quit my day job and come back and develop full time. If Alex can pay me $60,000 a year to work on wrestling games, plus insurance, plus healthcare and all of that, then sure. Other than that, probably not. Now, a lot of people wonder, why did I stop working on these games? Somebody had actually asked this question. Why did I stop working on AEW? I didn't. So this is a huge misconception. I never worked on AEW. So the story goes, around 2019, R2 Interactive had been working on a brand new project. This was going to be a kart racing game called Roblox Racers. This was before Roblox had made changes to their policy that you could not use the Roblox branding unless they gave approval to do so. We had actually signed on to be part of the accelerator program. We had made it to the second wave, which is about like 30% of applicants. So they had actually seen interest in our product, but we didn't make it to that point because we had realized I was in college, Dylan was in another country, and as a result, me, him, and Dewey5280 could not work on the game in the rate and the level that would be sufficient for the accelerator program. As a result, we didn't get into the accelerator program. I wanted to continue working on that game because I felt that that was an interesting product and we already had a lot of cool work on it. And as a result, we ended up splitting. I ended up giving ownership of R2 Interactive to Dylan, and I built my own studio, Critical 20 Games, which has gone on to create a game called Octane Rally. Like I said, if I was to come back, the money would have to be there, but never say never. R2 Interactive, the premier Roblox experience. Roblox experience. That made you think I was going to do it, didn't I? Jeremiah asks, out of all the songs, why did I pick Hall & Oates' You Make My Dreams Come True, the song for 2K? It's a good song, but kind of like when AEW used Pointer Sister song. 2, Cleans or RP. So the reason I picked You Make My Dreams Come True was that in southern Massachusetts, there was an indie wrestler named Ted Goods. I used his song as a little shout out to the indie scene to sort of show a little sign of respect. And plus, it's a good song. As for the second one, I think that both Cleans and RP have overstayed their welcome. I think they are both a product of their time. It's just sword fighting at that point. I think that more developers should be moving towards doing animated moves. Will I ever bring back 2K17? No. The codebase was really bad. I wouldn't really be able to do a lot of updates to it. Most of its functionality is based on a time where you could use UGC music in other places. I would rather do a whole new game than try to keep applying bandages to 2K17's messy code. And what is more important is that I don't think it would pass Roblox's quality assurance checks. And as a result, it's just a piece of history. Now, I'm late to this. I was supposed to upload this yesterday, but it was cold. I didn't feel like doing it. And so here we are, 10 years later. I'm old, I have a college degree, I have a full-time job, and you all still remember who I am. It doesn't make the back pain go away. So, with everything that we've done in the past 10 years, I want to thank you all for remembering me, for playing my games. And if there's anything I've learned, is that we all have to keep pushing forward to be better people. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.